Hello, today I will be talking about movie review number 975. And this is a special movie. A movie that definitely started a series of movies from Marvel Entertainment. Even though we got Blade 1 and Blade 2 and X-Men 1 and Howard the Duck before this, it wasn't until this movie that really redefined the superhero genre. The 2002 movie, Spider Man 1. Spider Man. Yep, April 15th, 2024 was the re release date for Spider Man 1. And I got to see this in theaters for the very first time. This is a 2002 film directed by Sam Raimi, who also did the Evil Dead movies and some other movies like Drag Me to Hell and Oz the Great and Powerful and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So, Spider-Man 1 is based on the Marvel comic book by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko that is from Sony Pictures, Columbia Pictures, and Marvel Studios. So, originally this was from Columbia Pictures and Marvel Studios, but they showed the Sony Pictures logo, then the Columbia Pictures logo twice, because this year, 2024, is Columbia Pictures' 100th anniversary. So they showed the 100 years logo first, then the regular Columbia Pictures logo that was used in the 2002 movie, before the Marvel logo. And this was awesome. I've seen it on DVD before, or actually I meant to say VHS, but never in a movie video. So, to understand why I got a chance to see Spider-Man 1 in videos again, I'll just I'll come back to that, but here is what the movie is about. This is a story about Peter Parker, who is a teenager who's kind of like this nerdy kid with glasses, and he's not really popular at school. I mean, he is really smart, but the boys think of him as a wimp, and the girls don't really they really think of Peter as quiet. But one girl in particular, Mary Jane Watson, likes Peter. And Peter does have a friend named Harry Osborn that's also at school with him. And Peter Parker's wife suddenly turns out of the ordinary when, after a trip to the science laboratory, I think it was Empire State University, a radioactive spider bits him, and after a hallucination night, he develops spider-like powers, abilities that a spider have, like climbing on walls, jumping, super speed. Well, not super speed, but go, but can go at more than normal speed, and can swing from building to building. In other words, he has webs, like a spider has webs. And Peter's Portal is just enjoying this. However, things take an unexpected but sad turn when Peter Portal's uncle, Ben Portal, dies. And Peter Portal is heartbroken but also felt very foolish of himself as he realized that the person who killed him was a person that he could have prevented, or I meant to say he could have stopped earlier in the movie but didn't. Feeling of this guilt, but also inspired by the last words that Uncle Ben had said to him, or one of the last words that Uncle Ben said to Peter before he died, with great power comes great responsibility. Peter Porter decides to use these new powers that he has and become a hero to New York City, Spider-Man. And Some people love him, like him. Some people are like, why is this guy around? Especially with J. Jonah Jameson, who thinks of Spider-Man as a public menace and is evil. And Peter Parker does not tell his friends or family about this because he's trying to protect them from his enemies. Speaking of enemies, we also see the origin story of one of Spider-Man's ultimate foes, Green Goblin. So this movie also has Norman Osborn, who is Harry's dad, becoming the Green Goblin after a science experiment that goes wrong, and Norman is getting more enhanced strength and speed, and let's just say he becomes a little more menacing. So Peter Parker in this movie must use his new powers and also use his new identity as Spider-Man to take down the Green Goblin before he does a lot of damage to people. But the thing is, the more he tries to protect the people in New York City, especially the ones that he loves, the more longer that he must learn that he can also put them in danger. As let's just say something happens to some of the characters in the movie that makes Peter Parker realize that he really needs to focus and not get in the way of trying to protect them. Or I meant to say, tries to figure out how to not reveal his identity as Spider-Man to the public because if his enemies knew who he was and the people that were closest to him, then these enemies will stop at nothing to get to him through his friends or family. But Peter Parker has no idea that the Green Goblin is Harry's father, or vice versa, at least at first. Oh, this movie definitely changed the superhero genre. And I know this was Stan Lee's favorite superhero movie because this movie really started a series of films in the superhero genre from Marvel Studios, and that will eventually become more characters being adapted into films. The Marvel Cinematic Universe that comprised of the Avengers. It really was the backbone of the Marvel Universe into film and TV. As we had a few movies before Spider-Man 1, but they were like normal grosses at the box office. This one, however, made over gross over $800 million in the box office, and it definitely changed the superhero genre ever, and it still is to this day. I enjoyed this movie. I remember seeing this on VHS. Now I have to admit, I didn't see this before Spider-Man 2 or 3. I might have saw part of it, but I didn't really see the whole thing until after sometime I saw Spider-Man 2 and 3. So this movie has Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker as Spider-Man, who also plays Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2 and 3. Kristen Dunst portrays Mary Jane Watson, who is the girl that Peter Parker always admired and always loves. James Franco portrays Harry Osborn, who is Peter Parker's friend and is also the son of Norman Osborn slash Green Goblin, who is played by William Dafoe in the movie. We also see Cliff Robinson portraying Uncle Ben Parker and Rosemary Harris portraying Aunt May Parker. And J.K. Simmons is J. Jonah Jameson in the film. And we also see other actors and actresses in the movie, like even Sam Raimi's friend, Bruce Campbell, portraying a usher, no, not an usher, portraying somebody for a wrestling arena. He's Bruce Campbell portrays an announcer at a wrestling ring. And this movie was really awesome. Like, this movie, you guys gotta check this movie out, guys. This is very awesome and definitely changed everything that the superhero genre was before this movie came out. Yeah, it definitely changed everything. There's also an cameo of Stan Lee in the film, which was pretty awesome. So Spider-Man, in honor of Columbia Pictures' 100th anniversary, the 8 live-action Spider-Man movies are being re-released in theaters, starting with Spider-Man 1 on April 15th. So when I made this video, I already did Spider-Man 2 and 3, and the next day I'm going to see the Amazing Spider-Man 1 in theaters. So I will be talking about those movies later. Spider-Man 1 was pretty good. I definitely recommend it. So that's my movie review of Spider-Man 1. Please stay tuned for my next movie review. Alright, goodbye. Today is day 1 of 8 Spider Mondays for Columbia Pictures' 100th anniversary and also collaboration with Marvel Studios. The 8 live-action Spider-Man movies are coming back to theaters. And we're going to start off with the one live-action movie that started it all, Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 1. From Columbia Pictures 100th Years and Marvel Studios. Spider-Man 1.